I know it probably seems like I am on this lady's ass lately, and that's because I am. You want to watch more lies from her? It's an oldie but a goodie. Did you guys ever see this one? This is where she's asked about her husband's stance on immigration.
You're an immigrant.
Yes.
Do you ever think he's gone too far?
I follow the law. I follow a law the way it's supposed to be. I never thought to stay here without papers. I had visa. I travel every few months back to the country, to Slovenia, to stamp the visa. I came back. I applied for the green card. I applied for the citizenship later on after many years of green card. So I went by system. I went by the law. And you should do that.
Okay, so that's all a bunch of bullshit, and we're gonna get into it tonight. Hopefully she doesn't sue me. I hear the First Lady is quite litigious. According to reporting by the Associated Press, Melania came into the United States in 1996, shortly after entering on a B1, B2 visitor visa, which allows travel, but it doesn't allow you to work, to make money. Well, she was paid for multiple modeling jobs in New York. Specifically, documents show she completed 10 paid modeling assignments between September 10th and October 15th of 1996, earning a little bit over $20,000 before she received legal authorization to work, which came later on October 18th, 1996, via a work visa. Now, under U.S. immigration law, performing paid work while on a tourist visa, it violates the term of that visa, even if the person entered the country legally in the first place. So that right there contradicts her, I follow the law. No, you don't. But that's not even the sketchiest part of this woman's citizenship into the United States. There is something called the Einstein visa, also known as the EB-1A visa, which they only grant to individuals with extraordinary talents and abilities, like a Pulitzer Prize Award winner or a Nobel Peace Prize winner. That's the level of achievement we're talking about to even apply for this visa. Well, Melania began the application process in 2000 and was miraculously granted the visa in 2001. Reportedly one of only 5 individuals from Slovenia to receive it that year. After becoming a U.S. citizen in 2006, she was able to sponsor her parents, allowing them both to come to the United States as well. Now, Melania and her family definitely started from very different roots. Their lives have done a complete 180 as far as money, resources, power, and I think it's important that we get a clearer picture of Melania's childhood, her upbringing. Now, her birth name was actually Melania Kanovs. Born in Yugoslavia, present-day Slovenia, Sevnica, her small industrial town, was run by a communist system. This might explain her distant, somewhat low-key public profile. Unlike previous first ladies, such as Michelle Obama, Melania's actually quite content at being in the background. Or maybe that's just what happens when you marry a narcissist, someone like Diaper Don. Try and fade into the background and distance yourself from everything he's about. Her father sold car parts, and her mother worked as a designer in a textile factory. Her first exposure to fashion came from her mom, and according to close sources, she actually wanted to be a designer herself, but was discovered at 16 by a photographer. Her career development led her to the glamorous world of fashion in Paris and Milan after she dropped out of college to focus strictly on her modeling. Or at least that's the story that's been painted for us. But see, I found it very difficult to find any modeling photos from her time in Paris and Milan. It's almost like they've all been wiped from the internet. Or is it that's not the real story? When you find earlier modeling photos of Melania Trump, they usually consist of ones where she's not really modeling much. Definitely not lots of clothes. In fact, Melania was usually paid to take her clothes off and model things like watches. No, I'm not shaming her for posing for provocative and racy shoots. Get it, girl. I'm simply painting a truer picture for all of us. Melania was not the big-time supermodel that she wants all of us to believe. This wasn't Cindy Crawford. Melania surrounded herself with big-time elitists who kind of passed her around until she landed in the arms of Donald Trump. Now, if you believe Epstein, then you might believe this little detail that he told author Michael Wolff. He was actually with Melania first, and according to Epstein, the first time Melania and Diaper Don got it in was apparently on Lolita Express, Epstein's plane. Melania, of course, denies that fact, claiming she didn't even know Epstein, which we all know is a big fat motherfucking lie. We have eyes, Melania. We can see, we can read, the internet exists.